Like you can hide avatars beyond a certain distance if you want to.
All right, thank you guys for coming to the 2026 UHR Airshow. This is going to be our last one in VRChat before switching to our own game. So this is kind of a special event. Every year, our pilots and staff get together and put on this fun little air show. This is in no means trying to be any kind of U.S. Air Force, Navy, whatever. We're doing our own thing, and this is fun, and that's what it's all about. So throughout the show, we're going to showcase a lot of stunts, a lot of show-offs of aircraft, and the capabilities directly that the players can use in our game, as well as the missions that we carry out on VRChat. If you have any questions related to the show, I'd be happy to answer them after the show. And I'm sure you guys saw the disclaimer when you walked in, but obviously, keep it respectful to the people putting on the show for you guys. They worked really hard these last couple months to get it all bitching and rolling. Feel free to take pictures. They're encouraged. And if you have any pictures that you took that look awesome, we would love to see them. If you throw them in the memories channel or in media in the UHR Discord, that would be awesome. We're going to be started here in a couple of minutes. All of the pilots are getting their aircraft ready. And then we will have a live announcement from me kind of explaining what's going on. There's going to be music throughout the show. If you would prefer not to have the music on, that is totally fine. There's a small podium in front of the bleachers there. You can use that to turn off the music if you would prefer not to hear it. The aircraft themselves are pretty loud. It is intended that way. So if you would like to feel the full audio experience of the aircraft, I would recommend you turn your world volume up. Just be aware that they are loud. So if you have headphones that vibrate with bass, adjust volume accordingly. One more thing, the screen to your right that says welcome to the show, that screen will be replaced with a live cam that will show the aircraft as they're flying by. If you would like to disable that at any time during the show, you can also use the podium that is in front of the bleachers. Okay? And then at the end of the show, the crowd barriers, which are invisible barriers around you guys, will be lifted at the end of the show, and you guys will be free to explore the island wherever you would like. There's going to be a monorail that will show up. It should be leaving very soon. You guys can use that to get around the island when the show is over. All right, we are going to get started here very shortly.
I'm so hyped for this.
This night, man.
He's on a different level.
Yeah, apparently.
Thank God he's getting his own game.
No, it's okay.
Monorail. And they should have quickly ever had all. Waffle, come sit down.
I enjoy standing.
Sit your ass down now.
Sir.
Oh no, I know that. I'm just I read it.
Flying in now is the XQ-12 Falcon. These are non-player controlled drones that can deliver munitions anywhere the players need.
Yeah, I definitely need to start getting into more UHR stuff if I get the chance.
Next, let me be.
Yeah, man.
Next, we have a Sabre demo, these are going to be our spec ops guys raiding the boat right in front of you, and you guys will get a direct view of what it's like as they raid. You might be able to hear it coming in, but we have the Pawnee piloted by Liz coming in for a low fly to drop off Saber on the yacht just ahead of the crowd. Inbound is the Pawnee, as well as you can also see a close view on the screen to the right, carrying our Saber team moving in to assault the yacht. The yacht is directly in front of the crowd, and the Pawnee, which will be assaulting the boats, as well as able to transport troops into combat. Pawnee is a multi-role scout helicopter we have been using in our missions for quite a while now. And as you can see in here, it is equipped with both rockets, ATGMs, as well as these side-mounted miniguns. Moving in for the landing now is the Pawnee with the Saber team. The camera to the right will switch in between the Pawnee as well as the onboard camera, so you can get a closer look at what's going on. You can see now as Saber makes their way through the yacht, clearing the targets put on the boat, as well as securing any rooms that are on board. As you can see, they're reaching the edge of the yacht now, securing it top to bottom, as well as securing an LZ for the Pawnee to come back in. Comes the Pawnee to pick up the Saber team after a successful raid of the yacht. Ladies and gents, that is Saber team and Liz, our Pawnee pilot.
Yeah, I brought a couple poppers. Do you guys want one or you guys have your own?
Yeah, I get it.
Woo!
As the Pawnee disappears over the mountain, we're going to be switching to our next aircraft. You are going to be able to hear these aircraft pretty far away, and it is one of our more iconic aircraft that we've been using in UHR for many, many, many years. And to the left, as an additional treat, we have our AWACS aircraft, the E-21 Vulture. This aircraft can provide radar updates to the players of enemy vehicles and units in real time. The large circle on the top is a real-time radar dish, which acts to provide immediate information to troops on the ground. Located on the screen to your right, you can see your first glimpse of the Super Wasp, which will be our main demo of today. Just now starting to come into view of the camera. If you want a better view, you can look to the right event screen and we'll show a direct track of our 3 aircraft flying in the single chevron. Next, we have 2 of our Wasp pilots moving in for direct knife maps. The Super Wasp is a single-seat, twin-engine multi-role fighter that UHR has used across multiple theaters. It allows all of the pilots to share data link information, both with the AWACS aircraft that you just saw, as well as the other pilots. Here they come in from behind you guys for a flyover. All at once in all different directions. Enjoying their stunts pretty well. Next, we have a vortex plane for you guys. If you're not familiar with what that is, we're going to have our aircraft create a vortex of smoke in a spiral above all of you to see. So if you have your cameras, get them ready. We're going to be painting some circles above the crowd. If you look to your right, we have one of our solo pilots doing a bridge run, flying through the bridge right now. Our Super Wasp marked with our cheeky Aries livery, celebrating our separation from VRChat to our own game. Sky, and Jib. Next, on our left-hand side, we have our two solar pilots forming up to create a Top Gun maneuver. This is where one of the pilots will fly inverted over the other, over here on the left. Those were our two solar pilots, Cryo and Quinn, flying our two Top Gun maneuver. While they are setting up for their next maneuver, a little more info about the Super Wasp. This aircraft is fully interactable in the cockpit, meaning that the pilots can flick every switch, press every button, and read every screen and display in their aircraft. This allows the pilots to have more control over the actual aircraft in-game, as well as giving them more options in operations in order to control their weapons, communications, and navigation. Up next, we have all of our pilots in fixed-wing aircraft going at once, going to make a flag smoke of the UHR flags. They're going to be approaching from the right, so keep your eye out above the bridge. Again, you can see their visual on the screen coming over the mountain now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our flag colors of the UHR flag, flown in by our fixed-wing Super Wasp pilots. While these aircraft are flying back in for the next maneuver, one awesome fact about these aircraft, they can all communicate with each other in-game directly to each aircraft, as well as see each other's aircraft's performance, as well as flight characteristics shared between the aircraft. This allows them to navigate to the same GPS point set by any of the pilots. So for example, one of the main pilots has just set a GPS point to the crowd, and the other pilots can follow suit now for a wedge pass going over down. Next, on our right-hand side, we have Cryo, one of our solo pilots, coming in for low rudder. Right-hand side. Saw burning out the back as he took off into the sky there is the aircraft's afterburners. The afterburners are dumping fuel directly into the engine's exhaust in order to create almost a small boom that gives the jet an additional boost. Next, here on our left, we're going to have 3 of our pilots escort one of our newest aircraft, the Griffin. The Griffin is an ISR high-altitude aircraft, which players can use to get imagery of enemy locations, as well as communicate further with our other AWACS aircraft, the Griffin and the Vulture. As you can see now, we have 3 of our pilots escorting it now. Soaring off up into the sky beyond the clouds. Next, we're going to have one of our solo pilots, Quinn, is going to come back for a low and speedy flyby, so you guys can hear it. The sonic boom. That sound is played when the aircraft is faster than the speed of sound and breaks through the sound barrier. Quinn is going to rejoin the rest of our pilots over there to the north. They are just beyond the far mountains there, as you can see Quinn to the left, speeding up to rejoin our other pilots. Alright, here comes our fixed-wing pilots one more time towards the crowd to create one of our favorite maneuvers, the flower. Aircraft are coming directly towards you and fly up, displaying smoke, creating a fun shape above you. Ladies and gentlemen, our fixed-wing pilots and the flower. is Cryo, one of our solo pilots, showing off as always.
Embarrassing.
Next, we have our 2 solo pilots. They're going to paint a image above the sky for you guys. As they set up now, they're going to be flying towards the crowd. See if you can make out what they are drawing for you. Alright, here they come. Let's see if you guys can make out the shape they're painting. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Cryo and Corinne giving a heart to all of you watching the show. Next, we have the rest of our fixed-wing pilots moving in to fly through the... Gentlemen, that is the conclusion of our fixed-wing demo. We're going to have a small intermission while our pilots reset for the next show. Next stunt.
No pets on the beach. I need you to back up. No pets on the beach.
Yeah, we're with national security.
No pets on the
We're with
beach.
national
All
security.
right, up next, we're going to have a showcase of UHR Recon.
We're gonna have to.
Recon are a role that the players have in the game where they can deploy beyond enemy lines, provide map data to players in the following operation, as well as frontal assault. They specialize in long-distance engagements, as well as, like I said, beyond enemy line assaultment, so that way they can establish threat boards and information for other players as they move into the following operation. So behind the furthest yacht, you can see a Zodiac just coming into view, where the recon team is going to come beach up right in front of you and simulate a beach takeover. Recon coming ashore. They're going to be engaging the targets at the umbrellas here. As well as deploying a flare for pickup from one of our newest helicopters. You might be able to hear it now. Coming in behind the crowd is the CH Huron flown by Panda. It's a heavy utility cargo lift aircraft, which players can use to deliver logistics, cargo, and vehicles to other locations around the map, as well as transporting a large number of troops. One additional note, this helicopter is amphibious and can land in the water and float in order to onboard players at shore locations, as well as equipped with a high utility heavy lift cable, which will allow the pilot to pick up the Zodiac on their way out. Now you guys can see Recon is exfilling from their position over to the Huron as they ensure everyone is back on board. Huron is going to do a quick flyby over the crowd before returning to the Zodiac to winch it up with the hook pit tool. And there it is, a catch with the Huron carrying out the Zodiac to retransport to another location in the map. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Huron heavy transport aircraft, one of our more fun aircraft to fly. They're heavy, they're slow, but man, can they lift any vehicle we need to. Next, over here on our left, we have our Strategic Logistics Command. These guys are responsible for logistics deployments in all of our operations. They can erect any sort of fortification they need in any operation that we need it. So essentially, these people can build fortifications and resupply locations on the fly at any time in any of the operations. This allows the players to create their own deploy and redeploy points, as well as making sure the rest of our equipment is supplied well, as well as refueling, repairing, and rearming all of our aircraft. So over here on the left, we're going to have the logistics team build a quick landing site for the Huron to come and resupply after it drops off recon at the restage point. While they're constructing that base, we're going to have one of our FPV pilots fly in one of our new FPV drones near the crowd, so you should be able to hear that coming in shortly. FPV drone has flown by and is going to be striking one of the orange boat targets out in the water. Hit. FPV drones are one of our newer additions to the player interaction points that allows all of the participants in ops to ensure they can strike targets from far without having to risk munitions, vehicles, or person. We're going to have the FPV come back again so you guys get a closer look, nice close to the crowd, so you guys can check out what it looks like in case you missed it. Here it is in the center there. And there it goes. It's off to hit another target. Alright, if you look off to your left, you can see SLC has already constructed some HESCO barrier walls. This is one of the examples of the fortifications they can build. They have a library of over 100 objects that they can spawn, construct, and repair, allowing them to, once again, build a FOB pretty easily in terms of placement. Villages can be packed up and relocated to a different location, and all of the objects that they have spawned stay in place, as well as for future iterations of the operation with persistence, allowing them to build fortifications and return back to their previously built spots. As you can see on the left, the SLC personnel have started setting up a landing platform for the Huron to return to. These platforms can be constructed at any time from that logistics hammock, allowing them to create landing platforms, bridges, shelters, or anything they may need during an op. One of the other unique features of the logistics helmet is a new grid snapping, which allows the players to magnet, snap, and rotate any of the things that are spawned from the menu, which kind of gives them a Halo Forge style of interaction for any of the props that may spawn in. In Ares, our newest game, which is what we will be moving to, the logistics team can also script objects, which allows them to create additional interactivity that was not originally intended. This includes things like refuel stations that keep track of how much fuel has been deployed, as well as repair stations that can repair multiple combat damage to vehicles, as well as rearm stations which they can use to re-equip aircraft, vehicles, and tanks with armament, ammo, or anything else they may need. Now that the landing platform is complete, the Huron is coming back over the crowd to take a landing on the newly constructed helipad. And don't worry about those flares hitting the water. The fish like it. They told me. We're on one more time for a flyby, coming in for a landing at this slick platform. stepping off, moving into the slug base to relink with them. Next up, we have another retreat for you all. We're going to be showcasing our 2 Intel aircraft, the UH-2Y Venom and AH-12Z Viper. Alright, heading in from behind the mountain, coming around the side, we're going to be having our Viper and Venom helicopters for their portion of the demo. You can see on the screen and just out of view, our 2 Viper Venom helicopters. First located on the screen here is the Viper, which is our 2-seat attack helicopter. Also coming in for a bridge entry, and flying our Viper attack helicopter, followed by Merc and our Venom. These 2 aircraft share 90% of the same avionics and equipment. They both use the same rotors, the same tail, as well as all of the same flight computers and avionics. If you know how to fly one, you can fly the other. As you can see on the screen, the Viper can also carry AIM air-to-air missiles, 2 of them to be exact, which also makes it formidable against other aircraft in the sky. The Venom is equipped with 2 side door guns, allowing for crew players to sit on either side of the aircraft and engage targets out the sides of the helicopter. This also allows the pilot to fix the guns forward and use it as a traditional gunship style control, which would allow the pilot to solo crew the aircraft or to equip with guns on each side and additional crew chiefs as needed. Helicopters are coming for a head-on pass as they approach near the crowd. Here comes the Viper showing off its triple barrel 20mm gun. It's going to be used to the boats and is affixed to the pilot's H&D head-mounted display, which means the pilot can look and shoot where they are looking. Next, we have one of our dual gunners engaging the targets from the side door of the Venom, which you can see now. Next, we're going to have our Viper come in for a barrel roll, showing off the Viper's awesome maneuverability while in there. Passing through. And for a closer look at the crowd is our Viper and Venom approaching at a low, close hover. As you can see on the screen, you can see the rocket pods and the roller mounted guns. And one of our dual gunners right there looking at the camera. Next you see our gunner leaving at the crown now. Next, we're going to show off both of our aircraft ability to match each other's rotation angle. We're going to have a somewhat romantic rotation around each other going upwards. Don't worry, the aircraft asks for consent. As we see the helicopters in their natural habitat, the two helicopters emit their mating call. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our Viper and Venom, crewed by Panda, Mark, and Luca. We have our A-164 Wipeout. You can start hearing those turbines kicking in as it flies in closer to the crowd. You might catch a glimpse as it flies. This aircraft wields two turbine engines, which are two giant turbofans, powering the aircraft rather than jets, giving it that iconic rotating whine sound. Here it comes in on the left left side of the crowd for a low fly. This aircraft is a munitions workhorse for the UHR. It can carry a multitude of pylons on the underside, as you can see from those wide wings, allowing them to carry a volley of rockets, missiles, and guns. Next up, the Wipeout is going to demo a new pop-up bomb strike directly on that same yacht. So you guys will get a pretty close and personal look at a pop-up bomb strike from the Wipeout. Here's the pop, a roll, and a dive into the bomb strike. There's the bomb out, and 3 down. Next, we'll get another chance to check out the pylons and firepower this thing is carrying. I cannot understate or overstate the amount of fury this thing has. As you can see flying in closer, it's got 2 sets of rocket pods, 8 bomb trucks, 6 AGMs, and 2 backup air-to-air missiles. That is not including its main feature, and probably its most iconic and recognizable part, which is the giant 30mm cannon that is mounted to the front of the airframe. It is so big, the aircraft is built around the gun instead of the other way around. Here it comes in for a demo. Here's sound up. It's going to come one more time for additional gun, in case we didn't get a chance to hit him up. Next up, as you can probably tell, we love flares in UHR. The Wipeout's gonna come by for a nice flare demo. And coming back around for one final gun run. In case you missed it, one more time, we're gonna have a right to left gun run of the Wipeout. Ladies and gentlemen, the A164 Wipeout, flown by Cryo. Next, we're going to have all of the aircraft come by one more time, all for a final get-together, so you get a chance to see them all in one spot. is once again with our Pawnee, which we showed off at the stable demo, coming in under the bridge right to left. Let me say goodbye to our Pawnee. Next we have our Venom. Followed by Viper. Followed by our Wipeout with the iconic turbine sound. Our Super Wasp and our Ares livery. As a grand finale, the pilots have decided among themselves to give you a freestyle, low-fly, high-maneuver pass of the Super Wasp, showing off its capabilities at low flight control at small altitudes. So the pilots are going to be switching over to those aircraft now for one final show-off of the Super Wasp.
That is very angry.
for our final stunt and last of the show, we're going to have 2 of our pilots doing a simulated dogfight right over the crowd for your viewing. And there's the merge. Fight's on. And there's the kill. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a round of applause for our pilots in the 2026 UHR Airshow? That concludes our show. Thank you for attending the air show and sitting through all of the API issues that hit us towards the end there. That concludes all of our stunts and showcases that we had. You can also see the UHR flag has been created by the SLC team to the left at the fob by the Parked Huron. Alrighty folks, I have removed the player blockers from the crowd. You are free to explore the world. Take a visit to Henry's Barbecue on the left. There is music, games, videos, all kinds of things. Feel free to ask any questions if you have them. Otherwise, that is the end of the show. Thank you for coming.
126
I'm just saying. You can't see his hands. You can't see his hands. You won't know. I can, bro. I can.